Welcome to the Wally Show Aftercast. All the stuff we did not get to during the course of the show today. This one's just going to be a short one because it is crazy town around here. Every time before we try to go away for Christmas or Thanksgiving, I remember Thanksgiving was a nightmare. We got so much stuff thrown on top of us to try and get it all done, and it's all things that have time limits, and we have no option. And so today I had to go interview Sean Aston about Scrooge, A Christmas Carol, the podcast that Hope Media that owns us did. And he was really nice. He was a nice guy. I wasn't sure because I was watching him and somebody else interviewing him and his body language and stuff, and he didn't seem like he was enjoying it very much. And I'm like, oh, no.
Oh, no.
And so I get on with him, and I set him up right out of the gate, and he gives me a good bah humbug. I'm like, oh, we're in. Okay, we're in, sir. And so we do that. But at the end, as I finish up my Scrooge stuff, I'm like, hey, real quick, I just need to ask you something on a personal note. I was in I Can Only Imagine, and he's actually like the Screen Actors Guild, or his mom is. He's involved with. And so I asked him a question about that Betty is going to hate on Friday.
Wonderful.
So I have audio. And
something to look forward to.
Yeah, she's going to call in sick.
If you haven't checked out that podcast that Wally's talking about, you can check it out when you text the word Scrooge to 91979.
With two O's, not a U.
People have been spelling it Scrooge with a U. I've never heard that before. I never really thought about that. So anyway, so that's coming up on Friday, and tomorrow is Reindeer Games.
Yes, and Wally has said that he's making this one fair, talking like last year's was not fair.
It was not that last year's was not fair. Last year's, and Betty Rock did nothing wrong. Betty Rock just dominated. Some things where she was really good at it, and then some with it are just luck, by chance, and it went her way. So she won all the money last year. I think Gavin got nothing.
No, you got
no.
I got a smidge.
You got
I got two figures.
Okay, yeah.
$2. Two. I got It was a good day.
Not much.
No.
Okay, so but that's happened to Betty in the past before, like where she got work too. So, but Betty gloated a lot about it.
Well, I have apologized for that.
Yeah.
But we keep bringing it up.
Right.
I have apologized for that.
I'm doing damage control for this year. I don't want either one of you to.
Is that you are the perfect Gen Zer because you're getting offended for the people that were actually offended.
Gavin was offended.
I was not offended.
You were. You almost cried.
I'm a pretty content person when it comes to things. I understand that when there's competition, you're either first or you're last.
Yeah.
And I was last.
Do you remember what actually happened last year?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. You walked out of here. Let's be honest for a second. You walked out of the room. You walked around. You went outside and you walked around. You took a lap. You did a lap. And you did, and you came back in, and you're like, I'm not gonna lie, that sucked. Like you were like not happy.
It is shocking.
And I get it. I get it.
How you cannot remember the names of anyone, nor what happened to you this morning, but yet you can remember what happened to you.
I remember
Gavin
it vividly.
Last Christmas.
I remember it vividly.
That I don't remember.
Yeah.
Oh. It did suck.
So anyways, if you don't want to miss Reindeer Games, that's happening tomorrow. We're going to do it live for the Aftercast tomorrow. And if you don't want to miss it, text Wally to 91979. You'll join our texting group, and we'll be sending out a live text right when it's happening so you can join in and watch.
And it will be super interesting to see how it goes this year. There is no trivia this year. Okay, so the format will be this. We are going to have a table out there with lines on it and prizes on each line. You're going to roll a Christmas ornament, and if it lands on that line, in between those lines, you get that prize. Just very easy.
Okay.
Now, some will be envelopes with money that you don't know what is in there. There will be some big denominations in play as well in buckets at the end of the table. So if you want to go for the big money, you can try to take the chance and roll it all the way down and get it into a cup.
Seen on social media where there's 5 options. And I'm excited. Okay. I love watching
Gavin will go home and practice.
I might. I got to redeem this year.
So I don't know what the game is.
Yeah, so you just roll an ornament and you try to get it in either like a solo cup at the end to drop in.
And you rolled a ping pong ball, and there was like one cup here with 5, 10, 20, 100.
Yeah.
And you roll the ball, and wherever it lands is the cash that you've gained from that.
So you try to get it in the thing. Okay, so there's that. Then there will be a dice component where envelopes or prizes, whatever you know, can be shifted. Like, say he won a Chick-fil-A gift card and you won a Valvoline oil change, and you were like,
I could use that.
I know. And you're like, well, I don't want that. And so there's like opportunities to switch and better your position. But then there is the bring it home, where we have the ring game, where you like kind of toss that little ring and tries to hook on the hook. And so with that, one present will be up for grabs, and you won't know what it is. But at the end of that, whoever wins that will have the option, like Price is Right, to keep their showcase at the end or pass it for the other thing. So I will let you know what the prize is. So let's say Gavin won, and it was something he wanted. He can keep it and stay, and he runs the risk of missing out on something better. Or let's say he decides to trade in what he knows he has for the unknown object. He could come out better or worse. Okay?
Okay.
So, and I will say that in those two big presents, they are both they're both like the same value, and they are something that each of you would like. Okay?
Okay.
So there you go. That's the format for tomorrow.
So text Wally to 91979 right now, so you'll get that reminder, that notification on your phone that says, hey, they're doing the Reindeer Games. Do you want to join? You say yes, and you can be there with us.
There you go. So anyway, we apologize that this is a short one today, but make sure you check out the Reindeer Games tomorrow. That's going to be a lot of fun, and we like to have as many people watching that thing as we can, and it will be probably around 10:10 Central Time, just so you know too. So there you go. All right, that's going to have to do it for our Aftercast for today, and thanks for being a potty.
Growing up in poverty has never been easy for children, but with the added challenges of the pandemic, conflict, and natural disasters, families around the world are facing an unprecedented food crisis. Unfortunately, those who are already hungry are now even more desperate. But by sponsoring a child through compassion, you can help provide life-sustaining essentials such as food and clean water. And with your compassionate support, that child can not only survive, but also flourish. You can find out how and choose a child to sponsor when you click on the compassion banner at wayfm.com.